bright light in your face. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you are all staying safe and you're staying home, and I hope you're all well. What have you all been up to? I need some serious inspo on what to do, because other than filming content for you guys, doing the normal motherly duties, looking after Nelly, cleaning, being Ross's servant, I don't really know what else to do. So if any of you are doing anything a bit more exciting than that, then definitely let me know. So today I thought I would film a quick baby question and answer, just because when I was pregnant I was quite lucky. My sister-in-law had just had my nephew, so I was really lucky in the fact that I had somebody there that just had a baby, not 20 years ago when everything was so different, just had a baby, and she was really there and really supported me throughout everything. Everyone supported me, but she just gave me the knowledge that I needed to know there and then. So I was very lucky, but I would have also liked to maybe someone that was also in the same boat as me, pregnant, and wanted to know them sort of questions and wanted to just hear a little bit more about pregnancy. Then I could have watched a video like I'm going to do now. So at the moment my best friend is, one of my best friends is pregnant. She's halfway through and I'm so excited. This is one of the reasons I thought to make this video, because I just thought she hasn't got anyone really apart from me that around her that's had a baby recently. So yeah, that sort of gave me the idea to do this video, because I thought a lot of people out there probably in the same boat as her and just want to know a little bit more about motherhood, babies. Yeah, so that's what I thought I would do for you all anyway. So a few days ago I put out a poll on, I put out a question and answer to see what you all wanted to know about babies and motherhood. So I actually had really good response, and thank you all so much. If you aren't already following me on Instagram, I always do things like this, so please follow me. It's at Huggins20 on Instagram. I'll link it in the description box below anyway, so you can check it out. Right, so let's find the questions. Okay, so I'm going to try and get through quite a few of these, because they're all the ones I've read anyway are really good and really informative, I think, for all of you. So first question, let's just get straight into it. Did you breastfeed? So I did breastfeed. I breastfed since Nelly was born up until she was, I think it was around about 6 months old. The reason I stopped at 6 months was I started to get a bit of anxiety with the thought of if I ever needed to go to hospital. I know this is ridiculous, but if I ever needed to go to hospital or anything was to happen to me, she then would go without milk, because she would not take from a bottle. We tried for a very long time to get her to take from a bottle and she just would not do it, and it just really worried me. So it come to the point that I was basically having to train her to take a bottle, and in the end she took it, and I didn't want to mix it all up because it really worried me. I wish that I started with a bit of both, so done combi feeding, I think they call it, so do bottle and breast. I wish I expressed more, but I never ever could be bothered to express. I think it's just a lot for some new mums to do, to breastfeed and to express. But now I know they've brought out, I think it's called an Evie breast pump, and literally you can walk around the house using it. So I would definitely get one of those if I was to fall pregnant again. The reason I did breastfeed is I always was the sort of person that was saying I don't think I would breastfeed, but when I become pregnant, my sister-in-law again, she was very pro breastfeeding, told me about all the benefits, and I looked into it and I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do, and it was one of the best decisions that I ever made. The connection I feel I formed with Nelly was like something I can't explain. Like, we were so close in that time. But then again, I think if you want to formula feed, like, it's fed is best, as they say. So yeah, I'm not against that at all, because we did give Nelly formula every now and again. So yeah, as long as they're getting fed, that's all that matters. How old was you when you had Nelly? So I was 19, 2 days away from 20. So yeah, I was quite young. Like, when I think about it, like, yeah, I was young, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I don't feel like I'm any different now to when I had her, responsibility wise. Like, I've always been quite responsible. Me and Ross have always been like really secure in our relationship, so it was the right time. That sort of concludes the next question as well. How do you find being a young parent? Absolutely love being a young parent. I would say if you are ready, if you're in a stable relationship, then go for it. If you feel like you're ready, then definitely do it, because there's so many benefits to being a young parent, and there's such a stigma around it, and there really shouldn't be, because if anything, you've got more energy, you've got more life in you, just to love the child longer. I've actually seen a quote, and it says something basically that you've just got longer to love them, and I absolutely love that. You can actually hear her in the background. She's downstairs with Ross. She's whinging. A piece of advice for new parents. So the advice I'd give you is just to roll with it. Every single parenting journey is different. Everyone I know, their experiences are so different. Like labour, everyone's labour is so different. Like, again, my sister-in-law, this is probably the only sort of person I can relate to at the moment. She had a really bad labour, but she was induced, where me, I feel like I was so lucky and it went really well. So every parenting journey is different, and I would just say, just sort of cuddle them as much as you can. I actually remember one of Ross's auntie's friends saying to me, just cuddle them for as much as you want. As much as anyone tells you like you're smothering them, don't cuddle them too much, just do it. And I'd honestly say that was such good advice, because I always done that, and I always let her fall asleep on me. I always until she was like at a certain age, as a baby, and I would have regretted that if I didn't do that, and was worried too much about what other people thought. Oh, am I cuddling to her much? Am I doing this too much? But you're never doing too much. Like, as much as possible is best, I think, for baby. So next question, what items could you not go without with a newborn? So, I'd say water wipes. Water wipes was a must for us, especially like with them tacky, tarmacky poos, like they're brilliant. I'd say, I really don't know, like, there's not much you actually need, is there? Like, they need love, that's all they need. And I'd probably say swaddling. Nelly liked that for a little while, not for long. So maybe some swaddles, muslin cloths, actually, that is definitely a must. You need lots of them. We never used bibs. I'm not really sure why, but we never really used bibs, but muslin cloths, always use them. I'd say probably like a bouncer chair, or something that you can put baby in when you just want to quickly do a few things around the house. I literally used to bring Nelly's bouncer chair into the bathroom while I had a bath, and she was really happy, really content there. So yeah, maybe those 3 things. I can't actually really think about that on the spot. What stage have you loved the most? I absolutely love every stage of her. As much as it sounds really like cringy, but I loved like the newborn stage. I loved the smell of her. I loved the babiness, like the cuddles. As much as like there's hard bits in there, you actually forget about them. So if any of you are pregnant or new mums, sorry, I'm sitting near a window and I just saw a magpie. I keep seeing them. It's really worrying me. yeah, if any of you are new mums, that stage, that baby newborn stage, they're waking up every 2 hours, the constant feeding, it ends, and it becomes something you look back on and absolutely adore the memories from. So yeah, I absolutely love that stage. Then when she started like crawling, you get all excited about that. Then when she started walking, you're then all excited about that. And at the age she is now, like a little toddler, she's chatting, she's got her own little personality. I absolutely love this stage. She constantly is making me and Ross laugh. Like she's honestly my little best friend. Best part about being a parent, oh, I'd say the endless amount of love they give you. Like there's not a love like it. Like the way she it honestly makes me get a bit emotional. The way she looks at you, like the way they look at you, the way they love you. Yeah, there's really not like anything better about being a parent. I would honestly say it's my proudest sort of role in life. Oh, I weren't expecting that. I really weren't expecting that. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional. It's coming to the time of the month. How did you find getting into a steady routine? So routine is an absolute must for us, and we've been very, very lucky to Nelly being able to get into a routine. I don't know if you could hear her, she's chatting away in the background. She's saying daddy, I think. Yeah, so she's been in such a good routine since she's been about 8 months old, and that is down to me sleep training her. A lot of people out there don't agree with sleep training. That's absolutely fine. Like, you do you, like whatever you want to do with baby, you do it. But we sleep trained Nelly, and it was honestly the best thing I ever done. I think the age I'd done it as well, I probably wish I'd done it from about 6 months, because when baby sleeps, like when she goes to sleep and they have as much sleep as they need, they're so much happier, so much more content. So yeah, I would definitely recommend sleep training, because then now Nelly, literally we put her in her cot, we walk out the room, and we don't hear from her or anything until she wakes up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So Nelly goes down around about 7:30, and she won't wake up till around about 7-8. So she has really good night's sleep, so we're really lucky. Also, like with baby, I'd say we didn't get Nelly into a routine, like I said, until about 8 months. We always brought her everywhere with us until that age. So say like we was going around our friend's house, we've done that like plenty of times when she was a baby. We'd bring her with us, we'd put her asleep there. Until about that age, we then like started staying at home with her like a lot more of an evening, like bathing her, putting her to bed. But I think like while they're young, just make the most of being able to do that. Don't feel like they're going to stop your life, because they honestly don't. Like, you can bring them anywhere and they will fit into your little life. But I definitely think now like it is different, because you just know if they don't have their sleep, like they need it. So we're really good with Nelly's routine. Like, we like to stick to it. How did you come up with the name Nelly? So Nelly's name come from my nan that passed away. So Nelly was born in 2018. I think she passed away the year before. And her name was Helen, but her nickname was always Nell. And as soon as she like passed away, I always sort of thought about the name Nelly. Like, I would love to call my little girl that. And then as soon as I found out I was having a little girl, I just knew that it would be Nelly. We did consider another name. It was Belle. That was the other name, just because I think it sounded nice, Belle Bliss. But I'm so glad we went with Nelly. Like, I couldn't imagine her with any other name, and I love that there's a meaning to her name. How did you tell Ross / your family you was pregnant? Ross, so I actually found out while Ross was at work. So basically we was on holiday in Turkey, and I was taking a tablet that you can take to stop your periods, because I was due on while we was on holiday, and I just didn't want to come on my period while I was away. So I was taking that tablet, and when I got back, basically with that tablet you stop taking it, and then in about 3-4 days you then come on your period. So I stopped taking it and I didn't come on my period, and I was thinking, oh, like, I've not come on yet. And I sort of just, it's really strange, but you sort of just know, well, I did anyway. And I took the pregnancy test and I was pregnant, and I told I think my stepdad was the first person I actually told, because he was in the house. At the time, you just need to tell somebody, like, you're in shock. So I told my stepdad, and then I think I then told my mum. So my stepdad and my mum knew before Ross, but you just have to sort of tell someone. Ross honestly was fine with that as well. Ross's mum, how did we tell? Ross, I can't actually remember. I remember his aunties, we met them at like a pub. Sorry, I ran out of storage on my camera again. My friends, I think 2 of my best friends, I told the girls when I was like very early on, 2 of them, and the partners of the girls, we went out for dinner I think, and I told them. This was before I was 12 weeks, I actually told them as well. Then my other friends at the time, I told them when I had my first scan. So like the normal time you tell everyone. But we did tell a few people before that time as well. Okay. Are you going to have more? I wouldn't say no. I think we probably will. It won't be this year. Definitely not, because we've got obviously Disney at the end of the year, so I wouldn't be getting pregnant this year. I just really don't know. We haven't really thought about it, and I think when we do start thinking about it, I think that's when it'll be right. So just whenever the time is right, I guess. But I'm really conscious of the age gap. I don't want there to be a massive age gap, but we'll see. Did you never go back to work after Nelly? No, I haven't been back to work after Nelly. For some, I have done things like work related. I actually done a bit of a business with Ross's mum. That was like a plus size clothing, it helped out with that. So I've done like little bits and bobs, but I've never officially gone back to work, no. But I know it sounds like bad, but I'm so glad sort of that I haven't, because honestly I empathise with mums that have to and don't want to, but a lot of mums, they want to get back to work, like that's their time, and I think that's also great. But I'm glad that I didn't have to at the time, because that time that I've had with her I will never forget, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to have that. Nelly's so cute, just like her dada. That is Ross. Oh god. Was you scared when you found out you was pregnant? No, I honestly wasn't. I was absolutely over the moon. The initial, when you're weeing on the stick, like anyone you can probably relate, that initial feeling of looking at that stick and thinking, oh my god, this is real. And then you're fine then, and then it's not up until about a week or 2 and you're like, oh my god, this is real. Is this really happening? You start to panic. Is this right? And my best friend, she actually said that she had this, and I think it's natural. It happens in everyone, especially your first. Do you have anxiety leaving Nelly? Date nights, work, holidays, etc.? At the beginning, yeah, definitely. I think our first date night was, we went to a Derren Brown evening, and I had like massive anxiety. Like the thought of leaving her, like, just worried me. Even now, obviously I haven't needed to leave her like in the past like few months, but I think I might be quite bad after. But it's just because I know that if she gets hurt, she wants me. Anything, she just wants me. So I think it's a big like weight on my shoulders to worry about that. But I should shouldn't worry as much, because I know whenever she's with anybody, I'd only leave her with people I really trust anyway, and I know that they always do a good job looking after her, so I shouldn't worry as much as I actually do. Where do you shop for Nellie's clothes? Honestly, I shop so many places. So River Island, H&M, Zara, Primark, I would say like even like places like Tesco's. I'm trying to think. Anywhere really, that if I see anything that I love, I would get it for her. I'm so easily able to buy Nelly things. Like I would spend £100 on something for her, but if I saw something for £100 for me, I'd be like, no, that's okay. I don't know why I do that. Do you have a strict bedtime routine? So sort of like the same question, but yes, we do. We have like either a bath. If she's not had a bath in the daytime, she'll have a bath in the evening. Then it's pyjamas, and then it's bottle and bed. How was your labour experience? I've also sort of spoke about this, and my labour, so it's quite strange because the day before Nelly was actually born, I was having excruciating pain. Like, I cannot explain the pain I was in. And so I thought obviously I was contracting, and I just thought no. And I was very much, didn't want to have like an epidural because I'm scared of needles. I just wanted to have gas and air. And that all completely changed when I had this pain. I honestly said, I can't do this. I remember laying on the hospital bed, my mum and Ross's mum, and Ross was there. And this is before she checked, or she was checking to see if I was dilated. And I was just rolling around, I couldn't get comfortable, and I just said, honestly, I can't do this. I need a cesarean. I just said, I can't do it. And then on my mum's face, I can just remember it, her and Ross's mum, they was just like, oh my god, like how are we going to cope with her in labour? And then the nurse says, no, you're not dilated. And I just thought, and they thought this was like labour pain or just starting. And no, I think I was 1 centimetre or something like that, and I was like, oh my god. But anyway, it turned out that basically in my pregnancy at the end, I had like I think it's called SPD, and my hip, and I couldn't really walk properly. I had to have physio for it. I had crutches at one stage. I was in a lot of pain, and basically where Nelly was basically right there, she was on that point, and that was excruciating. Like, that pain was worse than labour. So anyway, that night they gave me cocodamol, and I just slept. I remember sleeping. Then I started to come around in the evening, and Ross obviously was looking after me all day, so I let him sleep in the evening and the night. And got to about 1 o'clock, and I started to have quite a lot of pain, but it was like bearable pain. Like, it was like period pain, I would say, but like really bad period pain. And they was coming and going, and I was just sort of like dealing with it. But my mum actually bought me a TENS machine to deal with the pain of the hip that day. So I was using that, and that is a must in labour. I need to actually tell Kirsty about that. That is a must to have one of them. At first it feels really weird because it's like little electric shots, but when the pain's kicking in, like, that is what you need. Anyway, so I was having them, and then I actually rang my mum and I said, like, these like pains are coming quite often. She said, how often? I'd say like, oh, every like 3 minutes. She was like, right, I think maybe we should go to hospital. I was like, no mum, honestly, like, I'm fine, I'm not really in pain. Like, I was talking normally. And then I think my waters then broke. What did my waters? No, I'm totally forgetting. My waters broke the morning, this was it. So my waters broke the morning before, and when I was having this excruciating pain, this is what everyone thought, oh my god, she's not going to be able to deal with labour. Then I went in, only 1 centimetre dilated, and I was basically booked in to get induced to the 24 hours next morning, so 7 o'clock the next morning. This is why I let Ross sleep, because I thought we're going to have like a long day tomorrow, because I think it's like infection and things like that, they can't risk it. So it got to about 2 in the morning, I think it was, And I was like, no mum, honestly, like, I'm fine. I don't think I'm having contractions. I think maybe it's just a bit of a pain before. And she said, no, like, let's just go up there. Anyway, go up there, and I think I'm 5 centimetres dilated. But I got to that at home, and I'm so glad I listened to my mum and went up there, because I would have ended up giving birth to her at home. Because we basically got to the hospital, and within a few hours, Nellie was basically born. I think it was 2 hours, and she was born. So the lady said that it was a very quick labour, and I need to be aware of that for my next pregnancy. I remember just the urge, and everyone says that you feel like you need to go to the toilet. And I remember saying that to my mum and the midwife, and I just said, I really feel like I need to go to the toilet. And my mum went, oh, okay. But obviously she knows this already. And the midwife says, oh, okay, let me just check everything's okay. And check you are the love of my life. Feeling like, oh God. Anyway, I spoke about that for a long time, didn't I? Right, so next. Did you have morning sickness? Yes, I did. Not for long. It was about 12 weeks I had it for, up until I was about 12 weeks. And yeah, it was fine. At the time you think, oh God, I feel so sick, nauseous. I just went off like a lot of food, went off meat. Didn't eat meat for a long time. Yeah?
You still filming?
Yeah.
Alright, dinner's basically done.
Alright.
How long are you gonna be?
5-10 minutes. Just dish mine up.
Alright.
Oh God, I feel like I'm having a chat with you all. Russ has just called me to say, Chloe, your dinner's done. I just can't stop talking. I love having these little chats. Did you have any cravings while she was pregnant? Yes, I did. Oh, it was like ice poles. What else was it? Oranges. Absolutely love oranges. I still love them now, to be honest. And one of them was Coke, but I was really not allowed it, because you're not supposed to drink like a lot of caffeine. But sometimes I would have to just treat myself and have one. How did you deal with pregnancy anxieties? This is such a good question, actually. Pregnancy anxieties at the time when I was pregnant, I know they change all the time. So at the time when I was pregnant, it was like only lay on your side, do not lie on your back. And honestly, it does your head in at the time, because you're constantly waking yourself up in the night. If you're on your back, you think, oh my God, then you can't get sleep because you're worrying that anything bad's going to happen to the baby because you've done that. So it's really, really hard. You need to sort of just get yourself out of that headspace. Just try your best to sleep on your side. I found a pregnancy pillow really helped with that, because you sort of just get comfy in it. Another one was, this wasn't really when I read the article when I was pregnant, but it was about not having like a coat on the baby in the what's it called, the car seat. So just literally have them in their baby grow and then put a coat on when they get out, just because if you was to have a crash, the baby wouldn't be supported enough, because it wouldn't be tight enough. But I never knew that, and this is the sort of thing that a lot of people don't know that are pregnant. It's just that I read like this awful article and then it's never left me. Hospital bag essentials. I'd say big knickers, definitely, like the comfiest knickers you can get, like the ones that literally reach your neck, like you need them. I'd say maternity pads, breast pads, a nightie, definitely, like something comfortable. Definitely say something comfortable to leave the hospital in, but a big knickers is the main essential. Right, and the last one, do you ever get mum guilt? Yeah, I think it's completely natural to get mum guilt. Used to get it a lot more than I do now. I used to get it more like if I'd have to leave Nelly more than I'd want to, but I'd honestly say, so yeah. But I think to deal with that, maybe just follow like your heart and just do what you need to do. So like if you don't feel like you want to leave them, then don't be forced into anything. But yeah, I'd say that is about it. So anyway, I'm going to actually finish the video now because I've got my dinner downstairs that Ross has made me. Very lucky. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much for watching today's video. I actually really enjoyed doing today's video. I feel like I've just had like a little natter with you all in my bedroom. So yeah, thanks so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you later. Bye. The love of my life.